Hello, this is Suzanne Wachtel, and today the topic we're going to discuss is a spirituality. Do you need a spiritual practice? Now, some people have a very unique, very individual, very meaningful spiritual practice. A lot of people confuse spirituality with religion, and that is one form of spirituality. Having a religion, being religious, praying, which I think everybody should pray no matter what you believe. However, the spiritual practice that I'm talking about today is one that, along with having self-awareness, along with being emotionally aware and intelligent, I really believe in conjunction with therapy. I really believe that a spiritual practice is very super helpful, especially in today's world with so much anxiety, so much noise, so much political upset, so much stress. I really do believe that taking the time to develop and learn about and start, if you don't already have one, a spiritual practice can be very, very healing, can be the one thing that balances you out in a hectic, crazy day. So I would say that my spiritual practice is really that I do try to get to yoga 2 to 3, if I'm lucky, 4 times a week. And at this point, I have experienced and I'm involved with many types of yoga. I practice yin, which is really very mellow and quiet, gentle stretching, holding poses that can just bring you to calm. Breath work. I do a breath work practice where I do a lot of different various types of breathing. And the breathing in, as I've demonstrated in some of my meditation videos and podcasts, really does bring in the oxygen, travels into your body, system, and brain. And as you release anything you're holding on to, your body and your mind start to settle into a much more relaxed state. Meditation, very important. Now, meditation, many people get really uptight and, I don't know how to meditate. I've tried it. It's so hard. Okay, meditation can come in any form. For example, people don't even realize they're meditating when they're shopping, if they love that, or if they're cooking, if they get invested in that, or if they're playing golf or pickleball or anything that takes your mind away from your thoughts is considered meditation. In Japan, actually, they start children meditating in kindergarten. Each child is given a glass jar with a caterpillar and a stick. And 5 minutes a day, everything stops, the sound stops, the class stops, the talking stops, and they are simply asked to sit and observe in quiet how the caterpillar's moving, noticing all the little different areas of the caterpillar, the twig, etc. That is a form of teaching a child how to meditate. So I translated that into a simple form when people are wanting to learn how to do it. So we all have monkey mind, they call it, where the thoughts keep coming. What am I going to eat later? What am I going to do? Who do I have to call? And that is a normal, typical mind with a lot of thoughts coming in, coming out, coming in, coming out. So when we choose to try to quiet the mind, we're not going to go blank. What we're going to do is we're going to focus on our breath. And when our mind gets carried away to what we're doing later, we just bring it back to this breath right here, right now, that everything's okay. And if you have trouble just doing the breathing, then you can actually do a visual meditation where you're observing. You could be looking out at a vista and noticing all the different cloud formations and the colors of blue in the sky, or you could be simply looking at grass and just noticing the different blades of grass. So it can be anything that takes your mind away from thinking, even for just a little bit. And the first step is really noticing that you're doing it, that your mind is becoming distracted. That's very important. Just noticing and bringing it back is how we start. Another form of a spiritual practice is to really be around nature. So when you're outdoors, when you're at the beach, if you can't be at the beach, when you're just walking down the street, breathing in fresh air, noticing a tree, noticing a bush, noticing your environment, feeling and seeing the bark on the tree, really being present, that's a form of spirituality. Becoming one with yourself, trying to really not let all the outside stimulus, other people's energies, cars honking, news blare, but to be able to just kind of sit anywhere, whether it's among a group of people or all by yourself, because we can't always be in an ashram or on a mountaintop. So the trick is to learn how to quiet your mind, how to find your spiritual grounding. And that just means really how to calm down and feel peaceful and learn the tools and techniques of getting there. So the breathing is one, the yoga is another. Another form of yoga I've participated in is vinyasa, which is much more active. But it's a wonderful stretch. It's really a workout. And if done gently, it's so great. For me, it calms me down and keeps me centered. Another yoga that I have experienced lately that I'm really attracted to is Kundalini. Kundalini is much more meditative. I would say that the true diehards wear white, and there's a lot of chanting and a lot of breath work and a lot of interesting poses that don't take a lot of talent, just a lot of concentration and determination. Anyone can do Kundalini, and I took it once by accident. It was at a studio that I attended for Vinyasa, actually, and I decided why not try something new, and I left that hour and 15 minutes feeling as if my soul had a clearing and a workout. I felt relaxed. My mind really, with the chanting, was forced to let go of thoughts and worries and just focus on myself, my body, my breath, and being present in the moment. And that experience alone was remarkably healing. Another spiritual practice is Reiki. Reiki is wonderful. That's an energy healing. So a friend of mine has a studio in Boca, actually, where she does Reiki circles and healing. And what it's supposed to do is adjust your energy. She reads your energy throughout your body, and with her meditation and her crystals and forks and things that she uses, she helps to readjust and align your energy. Now, some people don't believe in that, but I will tell you, whether you believe in it or not, when you leave a session, you feel lighter and more grounded and calmer. So whether it's hokey or true, I really go by the way I feel after I do these things. Another great modality is sound healing. So when you go to Kundalini, she has bongs, and for the relaxation, she plays the bong. And the frequencies of the sounds really are meant to adjust your chakras and your energy and clear them and calm them. A friend of mine that comes with me to the Goddess Getaways, Kristen Gadden, she has a practice where she really does these sound healings with sound bowls, and she has workshops, and they are just lovely. You start out by doing some breathing and calming down, and then you do some yin poses, which is stretching, not really up and down and running around, but much calmer. And then you simply lie down and receive the sound energy from her bowls. occasionally with permission her touch on your shoulders, on your chakra, and at the end of that you just feel remarkably calm and peaceful. So a spiritual practice can be chanting, can be sound, can be yoga, can be nature, can be anything where you are present with yourself, in your body, in your mind, where you can actually put yourself in an encapsulated, calm space and not let all the energy in this world interfere with your peaceful calm. And the best part about this yoga spiritual practice is that once you practice long enough and you learn how to get your mind and you can drop into that peaceful place, you will be able to do it with a breath. Simply be able to drop into that peaceful place. It does take practice, and it does take experimenting with the different types of meditations, the different types of spiritual healing, the different types of things that really resonate with you. It's a personal thing, like religion. I mean, religion, yes, some we are born into, but others choose what they feel they have a calling to. So every night I pray. My grandmother taught me a prayer when I was a very little girl. And when I say my evening prayer in bed as I'm about to close my eyes and fall asleep, it literally makes me feel safe and united with my universe and God, and I'm able to go to sleep and have a really calm sleep. So whatever rituals, whatever spiritual practices call to you, please don't ignore them. They're a super important part of our mental health. Mental health is just not taking medicine or going to different therapies. It's really a modality of body, soul, and mental health. So it's really about how we think, how we feel, how we take care of ourselves, and that will determine how good we feel in our everyday life. We all deserve to feel good. We all deserve to feel peaceful. We all deserve to have joy. And when life happens and things go on, we need to have these tools to lean into and reach out for to help us through a hard time. When there is a loss, when there is a breakup, when there is trauma, drama, family stories, anything that can go on, financial issues, etc. When we have these practices, these spiritual practices, these mental health practices, these breath practices, these things that we can do to help us through them, it makes life so much easier to manage. So if you want any more details, any more ideas of things that you can do to help you to find your spiritual practice or develop one of an eclectic approach, crystals are another thing. I love crystals. I feel that certain crystals help to ground you, and whatever you're going through, you choose your crystal as it chooses you in the crystal shop. Energy healing is wonderful. A friend of mine does an energy healing practice in a group or privately, and that sometimes just brings things to the surface, allows you to release and thus let it go and heal. So have a beautiful day. I hope this has helped you understand and helped you to try and figure out, if you don't already have one, to develop a spiritual practice in your life, and know that it's very healthy and very good for your mental well-being and the happiness and joy that you will feel in your life. Namaste. Have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.